The doorbell rang. A hollow, urgent sound that echoed through the marble corridors of the grand mansion, like the heartbeat of desperation itself. At the threshold stood a woman whose eyes held the silent ache of countless unspoken sorrows. In her quivering arms, a little girl clung tightly, fragile as a leaf caught in the storm. Her cardigan was worn thin, speckled with tiny holes, and her face bore the exhaustion of someone who had journeyed too far. Not only through distance but through pain, regret, and sleepless nights. She didn't ask for charity, nor did she plead for a roof. Her voice, delicate and trembling like fractured porcelain, simply uttered, "Could I clean your house for a plate of food?" The man at the door, one of the city's wealthiest, surrounded by everything success could buy, froze. His grip slipped from the handle, his breath stalled midair. Because standing before him wasn't a stranger. It was her, the woman he had once failed. If you believe in compassion, redemption, and the quiet strength of the human heart, then please like this video, share it, and subscribe to Stories of Kindness. These tales are not mere entertainment. They're reminders of the good we still need to keep alive. Her name was Elena. Once, her laughter could fill a room. She dreamed big, believed deeply, and thought kindness would always be enough to keep her safe. But life, as she would discover, isn't always kind to the kind-hearted. She married young, to a man who promised her the stars but left her only scars. When he disappeared, he left behind a child and a mountain of hospital bills. Piece by piece, her world unraveled. Her job vanished, her apartment slipped away, and the friends she leaned on slowly faded when helping her became a burden. Eventually, Elena found herself sleeping on a church bench, her daughter wrapped in her arms, whispering fairy tales into the night to hush the growl in the little one's stomach. Every day she wandered the wealthier streets, hoping for a sandwich, a warm coat, or just a trace of compassion. Most doors stayed closed. Some offered polite refusals. Many didn't open at all. But that day felt different. Something, call it faith, intuition, or a whisper from above, led her to this mansion. It stood tall and pristine, the kind of house that seemed to belong to another world. But hunger doesn't understand boundaries. Inside, Liam Whitmore had just returned from a board meeting, fresh from sealing a $20 million deal. The media hailed him as a visionary. His peers called him relentless, but behind the glass offices and perfect smiles was a man who had forgotten how to look back. Until now. When he saw Elena on his doorstep, time folded in on itself. He remembered her, the quiet girl from the college food drive, counting coins to pay for instant noodles. The one who used to smile at him during long study nights in the library, when both of them were broke but full of purpose. He had seen her once, crying outside a diner while her boyfriend shouted at her. He could have stepped in. He should have. But he hadn't, and that guilt had been buried beneath years of ambition. Until her knock unearthed it. Liam led her inside. The grand foyer, once a symbol of success, now echoed with the hesitant footsteps of a woman out of place. Elena apologized again and again, as if her hunger was an inconvenience. But Liam wasn't listening to her words. He was listening to the echoes of his own remorse. He brought food, setting it first before the child. Elena hesitated before touching it, pride warring with desperation. That night, he learned fragments of her story. The abuse, the shelter that shut down, the nights spent in bus stations and alleys. Yet she never blamed anyone. She only said softly, "It's just how life turned out." Her strength spoke louder than her suffering. The next morning, Liam did something no one expected. He canceled all his meetings. He prepared a guest room, leaving a note that read, "Stay as long as you need." Elena wept quietly when she read it, holding her daughter close. It wasn't just a place to sleep. It was dignity restored. Trust, however, takes time. Elena battled the shame of accepting help. Liam wrestled with the guilt of having so much while others had so little. But gradually, conversations replaced silence. Elena began helping around the house. Not out of duty, but out of purpose. She cleaned, organized, and cooked. Her daughter started laughing again, playing piano in the hall, her voice bright with life. One evening, Liam found Elena sketching a garden design by the window. He learned she had studied architecture once, before her dreams were stolen by circumstance. Encouraged by him, she began to draw again. Soon, her sketches decorated his office walls. One day, a visiting client noticed her work and asked who the artist was. That question led to a freelance project. That project led to more. Within a year, Elena was running her own small design firm. From a laptop Liam had given her for her birthday. Then came the most beautiful morning of all. Elena handed Liam an envelope. Her savings, enough for a small apartment. "You've done more for me than I can ever repay," she whispered. Liam didn't open it. Instead, he led her and her daughter outside, where a new sign gleamed in the winter light. The Whitmore Foundation for Women and Children. Elena's idea. A safe haven where no mother would ever have to trade dignity for food again. As the sun rose behind them, the little girl tugged on Liam's sleeve and asked, "Are you going to be our family now?" Liam knelt, his eyes brimming. "I already am." If this story touched your heart, if it reminded you that one act of kindness can rewrite a life, please like, share, and subscribe to Stories of Kindness. Because we're not just telling stories here. We're proving that empathy still exists. Before you go, leave a comment below. Even a heart emoji. Your words might be the light someone else needs today.